Okay, in today's video, I'm going to be going over why I think you should not purchase the Canon R5 Mark II for video. I went out and purchased this. I got the fan, as you could see, made sure I had everything I needed so this thing would not overheat. I could use it outside. A lot of you guys know I do fishing shows. I shoot a lot of fishing, which requires outside on a boat, 4K 60 all day long. So whenever I'm editing, I can slow stuff down if I want to. Say I'm filming, you know, regular speed, good to go, regular speed, and then fish comes in, the fish jumps, the fish does something, or somebody does something, and you want it to look cool. Sometimes you slow it down in post. So today I'm gonna go over, show you some shots. I have used this on a production already. I shot one show with it in 4K 60. So I'm gonna go over some of those shots. I'm gonna show you some of the shots I took outside with my daughter. I'm gonna show you some shots from the Canon R8. This camera is what tricked me into getting this camera. Let me explain that really quick. So I went out and bought the Canon R8 about a year and a half, maybe a year ago. I don't remember, it was quite a while ago. And as you see, I've made videos about it. I love this camera. It shoots amazing footage, great 4K 30, great 4K 60. It oversamples from 6K. Yes, it overheats. I have ran into that problem quite a bit in 4K 60. 4K 30, you can shoot with it quite a bit, but the footage out of this thing, if you're shooting indoors that's really bright and you can get away with 4K 60, you know, to get some good slow-mo stuff, weddings, whatever it may be, it shoots great, nice, sharp images. So in my head, when I went out and purchased the Canon R5 Mark II, I thought I would have the same experience. Boy, was I wrong. Totally wrong. This has an 8K sensor, which is great, right? Wow, that footage is amazing. But it don't take advantage of that 8K sensor in 4K 60. This camera, in my opinion, for what I do, as you guys know, I shoot with the C70. The C70 has amazing, crispy, sharp 4K 60. But it's only Super 35. So I have all these nice lenses, the 24 to 70, 15 to 35 as I'm using right there, 2.8. I want to take advantage of that full frame. So I was like, man, dude, when I shoot with this R8, it looks amazing. Take advantage of the full frame. I only can shoot with it for like 10 minutes at a time, but it looks so good when you're shooting with it. Sharp, you know, the colors are great. Everything's good, except low light and overheat. Low light is a little downfall with this. You know, I shoot fishing, which is during the day, right? So with this, I was expecting the same result as the R8, except better low light and cooling fan. As you see, I bought the cooling fan, so 4K 60, same quality as the R8, except better in low light, because a lot of people talk great about the low light with the R5, right? This is the R5 Mark II, so it should be better. This one, the R8's only 1,500 bucks, so yeah, it's okay. It's not that great in the low light, but it's great during the day. So I was expecting great 4K 60. It has the horsepower to do 8K 60 raw. It should be able to shoot in 4K 60 oversampled. Yes, it'll get hot, but not with this camera, dude. As you see in these shots, the 4K 60 is extremely soft. In my opinion, unusable. Looks worse than 1080p footage. Maybe not worse, but looks about like 1080p footage. If I wanted to use 1080p, I would have bought a 1080p camera, or I would just put the C70 in 1080. There's no reason for this, in my opinion, to be that unsharp. Yes, when you're in 4K 30 for like a talking head or interview, you're gonna get the oversampled from 8K. It's gonna look nice, crispy, very good footage. But if you need 4K 60, this is not, I repeat, this is not a 4K 60 camera. Hang it up. If you're looking for any type of 4K 60, this is not it. I've tried all the settings, by the way, so it has nothing to do with the settings. I guess I just wasn't in the know with the 4K 60 on this thing is absolutely terrible. I had no idea. I didn't think that they will let an R8 beat it in 4K 60. Yes, it does shoot 8K 60. That does look amazing, but it's raw, so your data rates are outrageous. I have a 1 terabyte CF Express card in here. 47 minutes is the only time that I'll get with that. So I would have to buy several of them to get through a fishing day, and this is gonna overheat within that time. It's not gonna work. So this is not a 4K 60 camera. The footage is unusable in my personal opinion. I did shoot a show with it already. As you can see in some of this footage, all of this is 4K 60. Now that you've seen all of that, I wanna show you what the R8 looks like, how sharp and crispy this footage is compared to the R5 Mark II 4K 60. I mean, look at that. It looks so clean and colorful and beautiful compared to the R5 Mark II. Also, here's some C70 footage just to give you an idea of why I love the C70 so much. It just looks fantastic. It's amazing. Obviously, I'm shooting with the C70 right now, the Canon R5 Mark II. I would definitely not purchase it if you're looking to do any type of 4K 60. If you need any like good action stuff, run and gun footage, and there might be action within that footage, this is not a good camera. I would recommend getting something better like the C70 or the C400. I wanted to give you guys a heads up because honestly, nobody's talking about it. The only place that I've seen a couple people talk about it is in forums. This camera is only good for photos, which you're probably like, duh, that's what it's marketed for. But no, they marketed pretty heavy on video. Why would they add a fan? That's my thinking. Photo and 4K 30, and if you're gonna use 8K, I think it's, if you have enough money to archive 8K 30 and 8K 60, why are you using a Canon R5 Mark II? Go get a Red or an Arri Alexa. If you have enough money and enough time to archive and use 8K 30 or 8K 60 RAW, you shouldn't be using this camera in my opinion, if this is your main camera for shooting video. Because it's gonna overheat, it's gonna take time to cool down, all of that, not recommended. And while I'm sitting here editing this video, you guys probably wanna know about SRAW. SRAW is honestly, in my opinion, not great at all. I have a few shots I could show you, but I don't have all the test footage because I got mad and just deleted it. But as you see here, it's doing the same thing that it does with the 4K 60. It don't use the full sensor. The colors look really bad in my opinion. If you shoot something that has lines, or even sometimes the grass, it'd be like, it's a green grass, and it'd have red little spots in it. The SRAW in the R5 Mark II, honestly is terrible, the SRAW. The regular RAW is great, the 8K 30, 8K 60, that RAW is good. But the SRAW, the one that gives you 4K 30 and 4K 60, that RAW is not good at all. It don't use the full sensor, so I wanted to clear that up too. I have a couple of shots I could show you, and some of these shots are deceiving because it's of my daughter, you know, and they kind of look good, but if you really inspect these shots, they look bad. I wish I had the shots that I had whenever I first got the camera to show you how bad the SRAW really was. I have one specific shot here. As you can see, if you look at the building, you see those lines on the building? There's blue in the footage. There never was any blue right there, as you see on that line of the building. Where did that blue come from? So the SRAW is bad, the 4K 60 is bad. So yeah, just stay away from this camera if you're doing anything for video, unless you plan on shooting RAW 8K. That's all I had to say. I wanted to throw this in the video so you guys know that the SRAW is not good footage. It's terrible footage, just like the regular 4K 60. All right, back to the video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send this back to B&H. I'm gonna take my lens off of it first, but I'm gonna send it back and I'm gonna put the money towards a C400, and I will get what I want. I will get all of the crispiness and resolution that I want with that camera because it shoots 4K 60 oversampled from 6K, just like the R8 does, except the C400 is gonna be exactly what I thought this one was. Higher data rates, you know, which should come with better image quality. Not with this one, does not come with better image quality. So just to throw this out there, what this thing does whenever you put it in 4K 60 is what this calls it, is it skips a line. I don't know exactly what it's called off the top of my head. It's not truly using the full sensor. It's skipping lines or doing something weird. That's why the image ends up being really soft. So with that, that's all I have. Hope I didn't sound too complainy. I am frustrated, probably could tell in this video, but luckily B&H seems like they have my back. It says it on the website. We're gonna see whenever I call them tomorrow. And then I'm just gonna put the money to the C400 and I'm gonna get that when it comes out next month. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button. And if you wanna become a member, I now have that feature turned on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.